Hello, good morning everyone, and welcome to beautiful Prairie View Cricket Complex, where we have the beginning of Houston Open. Yesterday was completely washed out, so today we have the first round of games. Yesterday's game, it's a shortened game, the first round 12 overs each side, and we are here at Prairie View 6, Field 6, game between SpaceCity Cowboys and Future Caps. And SpaceCity Cowboys won the toss and elected to field, so fielders getting ready, bowlers getting up to the mark. The Future Caps are batting. A lot of familiar faces in SpaceCity Cowboys, a lot of local legends, a lot of US players, current US players, former US players, so exciting matchup as the bowler is getting ready to mark his run-up. A quite strong breeze coming from left to right. We have two games here on the docket in the first round. There's a game going on at Pv5 right behind us, and then we're here at Pv6. The batsmen are ready. Some last minute field adjustments taking place. And again, SpaceCity Cowboys versus Future Caps. And the first up bowling is the left arm pacer, former US player Nasir Jamali will take the ball. A really good, valuable left arm bowler swings the ball in. It's going to be interesting to see how he's starting the first over as opposed to Ali Khan, the express US pace bowler. Wind must have played a factor in choosing that end. As Nasir still waiting, some field adjustments. Shuja Naqvi is the skipper of SpaceCity Cowboys, also a native Houstonian, as Nasir Jamali will start the proceedings. That's a good delivery, attacking the stump right away, and batsman watchfully defended to the cover fielder. So here we have it, the start of Houston Open 2026. We're at Prairie View Field 6, game between SpaceCity Cowboys and Future Caps. The two batsmen, Ansh Bhoj and Amosh Aripali. Again, a very good delivery, watchfully defended. A lot of rain this past weekend, so I'm sure the batsmen and the teams have a total in mind that they want to target. Want to understand the pitch, the bounce, the pace. As the two batters in the middle, Amok right now facing Nasir Jamali. And this one is hoiked towards square leg. Not a very convincing shot. Got the inner half of the bat. Didn't carry all the way. The mid-wicket fielder hustled and got to the ball, and batsman comfortably back for two to open the account for Future Caps and for Amog. Two without loss. Looking at the pitch and the conditions from one end, I reckon the batsman will take chances as the wind can carry the ball. As Nasir Jamali comes in. And this one is hit over the top. Again, didn't get quite hold of it, and the mid-off fielder ran back a few steps and got to the ball, and again, 2 runs. So, 2 mistimed shots, but resulting in a couple of runs on both occasions. Seems like ball is coming a bit slower on the bat. Lots of adjustments as they batting first, day one. As Nasir Jamali comes in, and this one is edged, but safely towards point, where the fielder cuts the ball and batsman crosses for a single, brings Ansh on strike. Lots of familiar names in Space City Cowboys. Got Noman Anwar, Ramiz Raja Jr., Ain Dev Chauhan, Matthew Trump, a very young prospect. Interesting to see what Matthew does, can bowl and bat both. Rahman Dar, Ali Sheikh, another good prospect. Left arm spinner, left-handed batsman. Ali Khan, no introduction needed there with Ali Khan. Nasir Jamali bowling right now. Karthik Gatapalli also made his MLC debut this past year, so a lot of familiar names here as Nasir Jamali coming in to bowl his last ball of the over to the left-handed batsman Ansh, and again Ansh, good length delivery, again attacking the stumps. So very good over, just conceding 5 runs, so always good to see bowlers not conceding any boundaries in the power play, and that's exactly what Nasir did, making his captain Shuja Naqvi happy. So that's the end of the first over. Future caps 5 without loss. Future Caps looks like a very young team, a lot of youngsters playing in there. A good test of their temperament and technique, and especially in this over when Ali Khan marking his run-up, standing right there, taking the ball in his hand. Lots of pace on offer here for Ali Khan. Long run up, bowls with some serious pace, a lot of rhythm. Watched him in the recently concluded World Cup. Ali Khan coming in. That's a good delivery. Pacey delivery, follows through in his run up, beats the batsman through to the keeper. So good start for Ali Khan. We want to give a shout out to our sponsors for Houston Open, Tariq Real Estate, EMS, and Eiston Frosted. As Ali Khan coming back to his run up, almost all the way from the 30-yard circle. Again, a good delivery. Nowhere near the ball. Batsman tries to hit it through the line, misses it. Again, back to the keeper. So 2 balls in, 2 pacey deliveries straight to the keeper. No connection made yet. So batsmen will have to adjust their style against pace bowlers. Maybe look for timing the ball. Lots of gaps here as we are in the power play. The 2 players in the deep point and a deep fine leg, a bit squarish as Ali Khan comes in, and this one again taps it past the point straight to the deep fielder on the off for a single. That's good field placement for a single as the left-handed Ansh comes back on strike. Field adjustment for the left-handed batsman as the deep point comes towards deep mid-wicket for that cow corner hit, and then a 3rd man in place. So the 2 players in the deep as Ali Khan waiting for the batsman. 6 without loss. We're in the 2nd over. Very early on, but good bowling effort here by Space City Cowboys, not conceding any extras, nothing too flashy, just attacking the stumps. It's a good delivery. Again, taps it, opens the face of the bat straight to the deep 3rd man fielder for a single. As Ansh open up his account. Amog batting on 6 off of 8 deliveries. Ansh 1 of 2. 7 without loss. We're in the 2nd over. Day 1 of Houston Open 2026. Prairie View 6 feet number 6. game between SpaceCity Cowboys and Future Caps. Yesterday was a washout, so we have 3 games here today. The first game's 12-over game as Ali Khan comes in. That's a good delivery. Slightly slower delivery, got a bit of bounce, got the batsman, surprised the batsman a little bit as he just pokes his bat out and gets an edge again back to the fielder on the offside for a single. So good change of pace here by Ali Khan, bowling well. As you can see, Future Caps, as I mentioned, a lot of youngsters playing in, batting first. Lost the toss, put into bat first. Want to navigate the pitch day one. This is a very good delivery and well kept by the keeper. That was a super fast delivery down the leg side, and the wicket keeper dove full length and got it. Definitely saved 4 runs there, 5 runs. You see the replay right there, curving down the left side, and good take by the wicketkeeper. Wicketkeeper Ian Dev Chauhan. Ali Khan comes in. That's a good delivery, but equally well hit. And that's gonna go 1 bounce, crosses the boundary for a 4. And that's a great shot. In the slot. Didn't try to overhit the delivery. Ansh just placed it, chipped it over long off. And just 1 bounce, so good start there. Good end to the over for Future Caps with a boundary as 2 overs in the books, 13 for no loss. As you can see, great shot there. Didn't try to overhit it, didn't try to hit cross, just chips it straight over the top of mid-off. New over comes in as this is straight towards the offside for a couple. Nasir Jamali coming back for his 2nd over. There's 2 batters. Good strategy here by Future Caps. Wanted to not lose early wickets and keep the scoreboard ticking as they navigate through these overs. They'll have a good total in mind to defend. Nasir comes in, and this one tries to hooks it, gets an edge. And that's gonna go all the way to the boundary as no deep third man over the fielder inside the circle, and that's gonna go for a 4. So good runs here for Future Caps no matter how they come. As you can see on the replay, outside the off stump, tries to pull it towards square leg. Got a bit bouncy on him. Got the top edge and over the circle feeder at short third man. So 2nd boundary of the innings for Future Caps. (19) without loss. Nasir Jamali will come in. This one again, not sure if that was a slower delivery, but that bounced a bit too much and the batsman adjusted well. We'll have to see in the replay. That must be a slower delivery. We've seen 2 slower deliveries here, one by Ali Khan and this one by Nasir Jamali. As you can see, the slower deliveries off the pitch bounces a bit more, maybe landed right on the seam. You can see on the replay, rolled his fingers, and you can see adjusting well. Got it probably on the handle and some part of the glove, but kept it down. crossed for a single. So Nasir Jamali will continue. Again, this one is pulled, but there's a fielder there, deep square leg for a single. Difficult for the bowling side and the fielding side to keep on adjusting the field with the righty-lefty combination. A lot of teams prefer having left-handed batsmen in the mix. It messes with the bowling lineup, also with the field adjustments. And that's exactly what future caps are doing. Rotating the strike, and Nasir would come in. And this is a good delivery and a great drive. No chance for the fielder at mid-off. Pierces the gap between mid-off and extra cover. And that's going to go all the way to the boundary. Over pitched. Took that delivery and then carved it between extra cover. So you can see that's a good looking shot right there. Once it crosses that mid-off fielder, that's going to... So second boundary of the over. So future caps accelerating. 25 without loss. That's the last delivery of Nasir Jamali comes in. And again, slower delivery. Tries to wait and hooks it, but didn't connect straight to the fine leg fielder. And that's the end of the third over. 26 without loss. And I suspect Nasir Jamali would be done with this spell. 2 overs and 18 runs. A lot of batting power here for SpaceCity Cowboys. A lot of bowling options. Got a very well balanced side. They've got the spinners in Ali Sheikh, the 2 left-arm spinners with Ali Sheikh and Karthik Gatipalli. Pace bowlers with Nasir Jamali, Ali Khan, the skipper himself. As we see the first bowling change, as Ali Khan is taken off after just 1 over. Perhaps saving him for the final few overs, or maybe change of ends for him. Spinner comes in to bowl in the power play. Since this is going to be Karthik Gatipalli, the left arm spinner. And he just took the ball in his hand for just a few seconds as the captain decided to take the ball away from him. So double change. Karthik probably will be coming back as the skipper taking the ball and coming to his run up. So Shuja Naqvi will bowl instead of Karthik. Interesting to see. Thought it was a good move to bring in the spinners first up, slow the pace down and maybe get a bit more tight lineup there, but deciding against it. So Shuja Naqvi doing his field adjustment. Long on was back, but now brought back in. So coming in the circle at mid-on, so he's got 2 players in the deep fine leg and deep cover. Squarish between the extra cover and point as Shuja Naqvi will come in. That's good delivery, pulled straight to the fielder, and that's dropped. And that is dropped, and that is Matthew Trump was the fielder and was straight to him, probably overran that ball and dropped it right above his head, short outside the off stump, and that was called as you can see in the action replay. That was a no ball, so wouldn't have mattered, but nevertheless a boundary conceded. So free hit as Shuja comes in and bowls, and that's a wide. So free hit will continue. That was a no ball. Umpire Owen Brown signaling the no ball on the previous delivery. Straight to Matthew Trump, who just overran that ball and dropped it. Again, that breeze that we talked about, that wind coming from right to left as we are looking at Pv6, that probably played a role in misjudging as Shuja comes in. Power play again, and this one is going to go all the way. Over pitch delivery, just sliced it, used the wind blowing on that side, and then it's going to go all the way over Matthew Trump's head for a 6. So a bit of an expensive over by the skipper here. 12 runs conceded of just one delivery. So skipper put right into the gun. These two batsmen, Ansh and Amog, playing well, 38 without loss, and we're just in the 4th over, 3.1 overs. And Shuja, 12 runs, one delivery, a no ball, a wide, a drop catch off of a no ball, and a boundary. A lot happening in this over as Shuja comes in. Again, this one is pulled, and is that going to carry? And no, that's gone again for a maximum. And not bowling good lines here, Shuja again. Short pitch delivery, easy pickings for the batsman, just pulls it as you can see on the replay. Coming in, and no problem there for the batsman. Pulls it straight over that deep fielder on the leg, and that's another 6. So 18 runs conceded. 2 balls in this over. So Shuja needs to perhaps address his line and length. And this one, a better delivery. This is the kind of line and length Shuja needs to focus on, attacking the stumps. Straight taps it back to the bowler. So 18 runs conceded, just half over in his spell. 44 without loss. And the run rate has been accelerated to 12.57 here by Future Caps. That's good batting without losing any wicket as Shuja comes in. And this one is hit, and that's going to be another maximum, is it? Yes! Miles away, clearing the boundary on the hill. And Shuja Naqvi, 24 runs conceded. And what a great piece of batting here. Again, short pitch outside the off stump. No problem for the batter. Just hits it over mid-off. Not good line to bowl in power play. And Shuja must be thinking that Karthik was a better choice. He had the ball in his hand to bowl for a few seconds, but the skipper took the ball in his hand. And Amog, 41 of 19 deliveries. 50, and that's 50 up for Future Caps. Great batting. And we're in the 4th over. Let's see what he does as the batsman has gotten really comfortable with Shuja's pace and line and length. So Shuja will come in. Better delivery again, attacking the stumps. A full delivery. So all the 6s so far has been hit by this batsman are all on half trackers, and that's what Shuja needs to avoid. 3 6s in the over, 1 over extra cover, 1 over square leg, and 1 over long off. So he's been hitting all over the park and not just hitting towards the cow corner. So really good batting here as takes a single on the last delivery. So 1 more ball to go, 25 runs conceded. Ansh needs to play smart cricket here, gives maximum strike to Amog as he's inflicting the major damage on SpaceCity Cowboys. 51 without loss as Shuja will come in to bowl his last ball and tries to hit the ram shot. Didn't quite connect. Gets it towards the square leg as Ali Sheikh comes in and collects the ball, and batsman cross for single, and that's an end of a very expensive over. 26 runs, 3 maximums, a 4 off of a no ball and a wide. A lot happened in this over. 26 runs conceded, 52 without loss at the end of 4 overs, and run rate is 13. So that's a good total. Both these batters didn't try to overhit, just took what the bowler offered, and the bowler offered a lot. So good batting here by these two. Let's see who comes in from the other end as Nasir is done with his spell. 2 overs for 18 runs. And see Ali Sheikh with the ball in his hand, left arm spinner, a very good talent. Played a few games, T20 games for the US. Plays for the major league team. Certainly a future star. One of the best fielders. It's taken him over the past few years. He's taken some amazing catches. A really good fielder, takes pride in his fielding. A really good batter and also a very useful bowler. His name has been called on by the skipper to come in. He's replacing Nasir Jamali. We're going to start the 5th over. Sheikh will come in and Anj will take the strike, and this one is swept straight to the fielder. Midfield for a single as the power play is finished, since this is a 12-over game. So the first power play was 4 overs, so the field has been spread, and that perhaps was the reason why Karthik didn't bowl in the last over, because of the power play restrictions. Probably thought with spinner and 2 fielders outside was a gamble that the skipper didn't want to take, but that proved wrong as Shuja went for 26 runs. Power play is finished, 53 without loss. 5th over in progress as Ali Sheikh coming in. It's a good delivery, and this one is guided, passing the short third man fielder. Is not going to go all the way to the boundary as the fielder runs in and gets to the ball. 2 runs, so Amog playing really well. .55 without loss. Amog 44 of 21 deliveries. Ansh, a quiet partner but a very supportive partner, 8 of 6. And this one is short and cuts it, and that's gonna get all the way to the boundary. Great piece of batting there. Really good, just slightly width on offer, rocks back and cuts it. As soon as that ball passes the point fielder, that was going to go for a 4. Very fast outfield, as you can see. Takes it high on the bat but finds the perfect gap. No chance for the fielder. So Ali Sheikh will continue. This one is a better delivery, attacking the stumps, and that's exactly what bowlers need to do, is attack the stumps. Any width on offer, anything short, and that's going to go. As you've witnessed, Amog is a very good batsman off the back foot. Scored most of his runs on the back foot. Not taking any unnecessary risk. He's moved on to 48 really quickly as Ali Sheikh comes in. This one again, turning away, tried to pull it, but the spin took it away, so it didn't get hold of it. Goes right behind the keeper towards short fine leg. Shuja gets to the ball, and Amog moves on to 49. Just 1 run shy of his 50. First 50 of this Houston Open 2026. Just 1 run away, and 60 without loss. And Ali, just 1 poor delivery in this over so far. 8 runs conceded. Last ball. This one taps it straight to long on, and they cross for a single. So Amog will have to wait for his 50 as Ansh will take the strike in the next over. End of over number 5. Future Caps 61 without loss. And now Karthik is going to come into bowl. As Shuja taking himself off after that expensive over for 26 runs, and Shuja will probably come in later part of the innings. Just didn't find his line and length in that first over, but he's a good bowler. He's probably going to come back again as time for spinner. As another left arm spinner comes in, Karthik Kattapalli. Different styles of bowling here between the two left arm spinners, Karthik and Ali Sheikh. Ali Sheikh kind of bowls a bit more flatter, a bit more quicker. He uses his flight occasionally versus Karthik. You can see he's probably going to use the flight a bit more. Not on this occasion, and that's going to go towards the long on fielder. Is fumble there in the deep by Matthew Tromp and allowing the batsman to come back for the second. So Ansh moves on to 11. And again, like I said, the wind is playing an important role in this game. So from one end, obviously not very happy for the bowlers as they have to adjust the lineup, and quicker delivery and reverse swept, and that's gonna go for 4. What a shot that was. And Ansh showing his skills. He's been watching from the other end, Amog doing the damage, and this time Ansh said, let me pull something out from my bag, and reverse swept, timed it so well over that short third man fielder. 3 bounces towards the boundary, so a 4. Really good batting here by Ansh here. Lots of field adjustment happening here. Karthik will come in. Full delivery, and this time through to the keeper. Was that waiting for the umpire signal? That's going to go for 4. Was that an edge or was that a bye? And that's off the bat. Flighted delivery outside the off stump, and then taking the outside edge, fine between the keeper and short third man, and another boundary. So turning out to be a really good over. This is a good end for future caps. Score majority of the runs from this end. Ansh quickly moves on to 19 of 10 deliveries, 71 without loss. Again, this one swept. Matthew Tromp dove and collected the ball cleanly. Single brings Amog on strike, just 1 run shy of his 50. And once he gets to that 50, it's going to be a beautiful knock here. Played some really good shots. Didn't try to overhit it, timed the ball, hit all over the park. As Karthik come in, slower delivery, pulls it, and pulls it well. And that's gone all the way to the boundary, and that's a brilliant 50 for Amog. What a shot that was. There was 2 fielders in the deep mid-wicket and a square leg, and he finds that gap. Again, like I said, majority of his runs on the back foot. Really good player off the back foot. Finds the gap between long on and deep mid-wicket. Collects a boundary, gets to his 50. 76 without loss. Amog playing a fantastic innings here. Expensive over by Karthik. 15 runs so far. 1 more delivery. Quicker delivery. Attacking the stumps and shy at the bowling end. Was that necessary? Back up there, so no harm done. Just a single. And that's the end of 6 overs. Future caps 77 without loss. Courtesy of a brilliant half century by Amog. Still there. 54 of 26 deliveries. Ansh also showing his skills in the previous over. Hit 2 boundaries, 20 of 11. Great partnership in the making here. Really good batting here. 12 over match. And SpaceCity Cowboys under a lot of pressure. Ali Khan just 1 over, bowled really well. Bowled some serious pace. Taken off after just 1 over. Nasir Jamali 2 for 18. Shuja Naqvi on the expensive side, 1 of 26. Ali Sheikh bowled an over, and Karthik Kattapalli also an expensive over, 16 runs. Ali Sheikh will continue. Second over, no full toss. Hits it straight to the deep mid-wicket long on fielder for a single. Brings Ansh on strike. I've seen Ansh tried to play a ramp shot in the previous over to Shuja and then played a reverse sweep for a boundary, so he's got some shots and he's on strike. Fielding spread out. So Ali Sheikh will come in, bowling to the left-handed batsman, and this one, and that's out. That's gone. Completely misses the ball, tries to hit him over long on mid-wicket area, cross-batted chop, misses it, and that's the first blood for SpaceCity Cowboys. Ansh gone. Good piece of bowling there by Ali Sheikh. You see the action replay. Try to hit it over mid-wicket. Slightly slower delivery, misses it completely, rattles the stump, and that's the first wicket. End of a very good opening partnership between the two. 78 for 1, and Ali Sheikh getting the first wicket. As the skipper walks in, Utkarsh Srivastava, skipper of Future Caps, coming in at number 3, right-handed batsman, and with Ansh dismissal, perhaps a sigh of relief in Space Cowboys camp, as they won't have to adjust too much with the lefty-righty combo, as both righties in the middle, new batsman in. Lots of gaps here for Utkarsh to take a single and give strike. Like I said, good delivery, just taps it towards point straight to the fielder, so dot ball is welcome here, and Ali Sheikh bowling well. 10 runs of his second over with a wicket. Again, flighted delivery, good delivery again. Straight back to the bowler, so Ali Sheikh applying pressure. Want to bring that run rate down. It was at 13 at one point, down to 11.7. Ali Sheikh trying to get another wicket. Good delivery, and as you can see, the pressure is mounting with dot balls in a shortened game. After playing 2 dot balls, Utkarsh wanted to tap it and run for a single. Wisely sent back by Amuk, so 3 dot balls right after the Vidic. So 1 run off just 5 balls last over, and this one hits it towards long on, takes a single and will retain the strike. So a very good over by Ali Sheikh. 2 runs and a wicket, 2 overs for 11 runs, and that's the end of 7 overs, 79 for 1. With 12 over game. Another bowling change comes in as Karthik Kattapalli is taken off. Zia Shahzad is going to come into bowl. Zia Shahzad, leg spinner. This is a good move. Zia Shahzad is a very good leg spinner, and he's going to bowl to a new batsman here, Utkarsh, who's already played 3 dot balls. Just bowl on the stumps. Nothing fancy needed here. The batsman already trying to get off the strike. Zia Shahzad will start a fresh over. It's a good delivery. Driven straight to the deep. Matthew Traum, he's been kept busy, throughout this innings. A single and brings Amog on strikes. That was a good wicket for Space City Cowboys as you break this opening partnership. Pressure comes on the set batsman too to score runs. And this one is short, rocks back and pulls it, but straight to the fielder Ali Khan there for a single. So singles are okay at this point. No big hits needed. Again, the wind is kind of blowing really hard as Zia comes in. Short delivery, just taps it toward long off for a single. Space City Cowboys won't mind singles here. With singles, the run rate keeps coming down, now down to 10.93. Quicker delivery this one. Tries to hit it over extra cover, got the bottom edge, goes straight to a very interesting field position. That's a fine leg, but very, very fine. Seems like he's right behind the keeper, kind of a flash leg slip on the 30-yard. So straight to him as Zia comes in, and this one is short and misses it completely, and that was a freebie that was missed. As you can see the reaction of the batsman, he's also feeling, how did I miss it? That's his strong suit, going on the back foot and pulling, perhaps too slow, couldn't connect. As you can see the replay, very short, completely misses it. And next one, is that going to be a catch? And yes, that is. There you go, and that's a catch, and that's a wicket to end his first over. Zia Shahzad, 3 runs and a wicket, and that was a great catch. So 2 wickets down now for future caps. And good piece of bowling here. First up, Zia Shahzad, 3 runs and a wicket. As you can see on the replay again, short delivery, but that spun and bounced and took the batter with surprise. Got it high on the bat, straight to the square leg fielder who covered the ground, settled under the ball, took the catch, took a tumble, got the wicket for Space City Cowboys. And that's the end of a very fine inning by Amog. And 82 for 2, and that's going to be very good for the bowling side as 2 new batsmen here. Utkarsh, the captain, 3 runs of 6 deliveries. He's going to take the strike, and Ali Sheikh will continue his bowling. Slight delay in the game. We're all ready to go. This one is hit towards long off fielder. A chase for the fielder there, and a really good diving stop. Excellent piece of fielding there, stopping a boundary. Batsman back for 2. The new batsman in is number 14, Adnit Jamb. As you can see the fielder, really good stop there, using both his hands, stops the ball, lost his balance, got up and got the keeper, and that's up in the air, and that's gone. Again, it's a very uneven bounce, took the batter by surprise, and that's gone. So that's another wicket. As you can see, this ball bounced a bit more, tried to turn that ball towards the onside, took a leading edge straight to the point fielder, ran a few steps, took it waist high. That's out. So that's the 3rd wicket down, and that's future caps not able to capitalize on a great opening stand. 3 wickets down within a span of few deliveries, and Great piece of bowling here by Ali Sheikh, taking his second wicket. Zia Shahzad supported him well from the other end. 3 runs and a wicket. So spinners doing a majority of the damage. 84 for 3. New batsman coming in, number 4, Saharsh Switan. Not easy for a shortened game for new batters to come in and start hitting right away, especially with the kind of bowling Ali Sheikh and Zia Shahzad. And as you can see on the pitch, it's taking some bounce and spinning, certainly spinning. Even the pace bowlers, when they bowled a few slower deliveries, that took a higher bounce. And so future caps, if they're taking notes, they want to use their spinners wisely as well. Ali Sheikh will continue. 2 new batters in. And this one is again hit towards the mid wicket, and Matthew Trump comes in and throws it to the keeper for a single. So off the mark. Saharsh Adnit hasn't faced a ball yet, so he's going to take strike. Ali Sheikh, what a spell he's having. 14 runs and 2 wickets. Last 3 deliveries of his over, and this one appeal for a stumping, and that's given. First up, and Ali Sheikh, magical spell for him. 3 wickets for him. This is the 3rd wicket, 2nd wicket in this over. Great piece of stumping by Ian Chauhan. As we'll see in the action replay, it's probably just a foot off his crease, and quick piece of stumping, as you can see. Not a Ali Sheikh, here you go. Slip was in place. That ball turned, and nothing shot by the batsman there. Just no feet movement. Just tried to hit the ball, standing right there. Probably took the left foot off, and great piece of stumping. No hesitation by the umpire. So Ali Sheikh got another wicket. .85 for 4, and future caps, inexperience showing up after that brilliant opening start. SpaceCity Cowboys, spinners doing the magic. Ali Sheikh with 3 wickets of just 2.4 overs, 14 runs, and then Zia Shahzad still has 2 more overs to go, and he's gonna be a difficult customer to navigate. Shif Sani, the new batsman in, left-handed batter. 85 for 4. This is the 9th over. 3 more overs after this. So Ali Sheikh will come in. That's a good delivery, and they run for a good single, and that's a good quick single. Get off the strike, brings Saharsh on strike. Again, that was a really good piece of stumping. If we can get another angle, be interested to see what happened there. Ali Sheikh will bowl the last delivery of this over, and perhaps the spell, and this one is high in the air. Karthik settling under it, and that's another blow. Another wicket for Ali Sheikh, 4th wicket. Just hits it against the spin. Didn't get enough power. Hits it high in the air, straight to the fielder, and Karthik made no mistake. Takes the catch, as you can see, flighted on the middle stump, spinning away. Hit it against the spin, and that was the mistake he made. Straight to the fielder. That shot would have been better served if hit on the offside or extra cover, but and that's 1 more down. So future caps, after the opening partnership was broken by SpaceCity Cowboys, they're all going away quickly. Majority of the damage done by Ali Sheikh, and look at his spell. 3 overs, 15 runs, and 4 wickets. And Zia Shahzad still has 2 more overs to go. And again, look at this replay. On middle and off, spinning away. The batsman trying to hit it across on one knee, get the outer part of the bat. Didn't get the power, didn't get the timing. Straight to the fielder. It's a good piece of fielding as well. Not easy to take these catches in this strong wind and breeze, but well judged. 86 for 5 as Zia Shahzad will continue to bowl to Shiv. This one is swept fine. Chase for the fielder. Is he gonna get to it and dive? And that's gonna go all the way to the 4. Very fine. Good shot there by Shiv. Swept it fine. It was a long chase for Matthew Trump. Didn't get to the delivery. Dove outside the leg stump. Flighted delivery. Full toss. And batsman didn't even get hold of it, but got the bottom edge, but got the placing right. Good effort there in the deep by Matthew Trump. He's been kept busy by SpaceCity Cowboys. 4, welcome boundary for future caps. 90 for 5. Run rate dropped all the way to 9.82. This is the 10th over. Quicker delivery. This one just taps it in front of point for a single. And brings the new batsman in. Rahul Basu is the new batsman. Like I said, not easy for new batters to come in and start going right away. The key here is to take singles, get your eye in, get a few knocks in, and then maybe try for a bigger shot. That's what the mistake that most of the batters did after the opening pair was broken. As Zia Shahzad, short delivery and tried to hit it reverse. Not sure why that was done, because that could have been taken on the onside. Probably premeditated shot, made up his mind to hit it with the reverse bat. Didn't connect, straight to the keeper, so dot ball. Zia Shahzad come in. It's a good delivery, hit over extra cover. Didn't carry to Karthik. One bounce for a single. Tried to hit it over extra cover. Didn't get the power. Just one bounce to the fielder for a single. So 6 runs off of the first 4 deliveries of this over for Zia Shahzad. 92 for 5. We're in the 10th over. 2 more overs after this. Zia Shahzad comes in. This one short outside the off stump. Hits it towards the deep point fielder. Fielder well placed for that shot. Just a single. And from this point on, with 2 more overs, 93. Future caps trying to get to a respectable total. Perhaps 120, 125 would be a good total. Zia Shahzad comes in and this one is hit. And that's a drop catch. And that is a drop catch, and nobody was there to back the fielder up as 2 fielders were converging from inside the circle to take that catch. The catch was dropped and Karthik should have been there to back them up. And he didn't, and he reacted after the catch was dropped, got to the rope. And that was Matthew Trump again. He dropped 1 catch before, but that was off of a no ball again. High over his head, reverse cup that didn't get hold of it. Didn't go to the boundary, but 3 runs conceded off the delivery. So end of the over. Slightly expensive over for Zia after that first over. 10 runs conceded after the first over, which conceded only 3 runs. So 96 for 5, a good over for future caps. 10 overs, 96 for 5, run rate 9.6. Last 2 overs coming up. Need to get to 120, and Ali Khan will take the ball. He's not going to be able to finish his spell. He's only going to bowl 2 overs with just 2 overs to go. With the kind of bowling Ali Sheikh and Zia Shahzad did, probably the skipper thought in his mind spinner was his best bet, and that kind of worked out with Ali Sheikh taking 4 wickets. And Ali Khan comes in, short outside the off stump. Didn't bowl a quick delivery, but just slower to start with this over. Just taps it towards point for a single. 2 new batsmen in, relatively new batsmen, as after the first 2 batters lost wickets in quick succession. Nobody really doing anything after Amog and Ansh departed. So Shiv 7 of 4 deliveries, Rahul Basu 5 of 4. We're in the 11th over. Ali Khan bowling his second over. Changed his end, bowled the second over of the innings from the pavilion end, and Ali Khan comes in. And this is outside the off stump. Was that a wide? No, that was not a wide. That's a dot ball. So good delivery. Batsman was trying to just place it towards third man, but didn't connect. So a dot delivery. Ali not bowling fast, as you can see. Bowling with a shortened run up, not roaring in like he does usually. Not bowling pace. Conserving his energy for the next games. This SpaceCity Cowboys will be playing another game after this. Ali Khan comes in. This one slightly quicker delivery, and that's in the air, and that clears the fielder. Clears the fielder handsomely for a 6. And that's a good shot by Shiv. Slightly quicker delivery, used the pace. Hits it over the top, so a good shot by Shiv. Moves on to 13. And courtesy of that 6, Future Cap crosses 100 mark, 103. Ali Khan comes in. This one again, short of good thing, outside the offside, taps it towards the fielder on the off for a single. And Rahul will come on strike. Shiv 14 of 7 deliveries. Rahul Basu 5 of 4. 104 for 5. This is the 11th over. 2 more deliveries and then another over. 8 deliveries to go. Delivery there by Ali Khan, dot ball. Last ball, let's see what Rahul does. Still 5 wickets in hand, so no harm in just trying to whack it. Perhaps maybe get some runs. If not, then a lot of batters to come, as this one is short. That's going to be over the head, called wide. Ali not so pleased, giving a stare down to the leg umpire. Experienced over and ground, but it is a wide. It looked a wide, definitely over the top of his head. You can see on the replay, not bowling with a lot of pace. Well, as closely watching the replay, that's debatable. Ali had a point there that probably wasn't over the top of his head, but very close call. But a wide, umpire's word. Extra run conceded. Not running in his usual strength. Ali Khan comes in. Pacey delivery, tries to hit it. Got the top of part of the bat, and good piece of running there. Just barely crossed the 30-yard circle, and fielder had to run in, but 2 runs. So good piece of running there by Rahul Basu and Shiv to get 2. So 11 runs of this over. So good couple of overs. Last 2 overs for Future Caps. 107 for 5 after 11. So let's see. 1 more over to go. Can they get to 120? Certainly can. Depends on who's bowling. Is Zia Shahzad going to continue, or they're going to change the bowling? As they have changed the bowling, as Nasir Jamali is going to come in and will bowl his last over. 2 overs for 18 runs for Nasir Jamali. Ali Khan 2 overs 19 runs. Shuja 1 over 26 runs, and Ali Sheikh 4 wickets of 15 of his 3 overs, as Nasir Jamali will come in. And that one is hit to the deep cover, and the batsman will come back. slightly away from the fielder, not straight to the fielder, allows the batsman to comfortably come back for the second. So good start for the first delivery, 2 runs. (109 for 5). 11 more runs will get them to 120 and 10 runs. The run rate is Nasir Jamali. This one is going to be outside the leg stump, waiting for the umpire signal. Did it touch some part of the bat or the pad? It's a dot delivery. Was trying to hit it over fine leg. Was in between short and a scoop. Ended up as a dot ball. So Shiv, 16, probably wants to maintain the maximum strike in this last 4 deliveries. Good delivery, attacking the stump. And they want to go for second, but great piece of fielding there by Karthik. Runs it towards the ball, dashes it and throws it straight to the keeper. Batsman decided against it, so single, just 3 runs of 3 deliveries. Good over here by Nasir Jamali. 110 for 5. Need a boundary here. See what Rahul can do. 7 of 6 deliveries. Shift 17 of 10. 110 of 5 as Nasir will come in. That's again hit. Ball fielder underneath it, and that's gone. Didn't quite connect. The fielder comfortably gets it under the ball, takes the catch, and that's gone. Again, a slower delivery. Batsman coming down the track. Bounced a bit more, got it high on the bat. Straight to long on. As a fielder comes in. Settles under the ball. Takes a comfortable catch in the end. So, wicket. And a dot ball, so brings in a new batsman. 110 for 6. 2 more deliveries to go. New batsman coming in is Aaron Nadkarni. Aaron, a very fine youngster, a really good bowler here from Houston. And if you're watching home and thinking Nadkarni name sounds familiar, you probably guessed it right. Son of Houston cricketer, a very legendary batsman, Sushil Nadkarni. As Nasir comes in, hits it straight. A really good shot there, but straight to the fielder. They should have gone for 2, but decided against it. Single, so good looking shot there by Aaron. Aaron will be using these conditions to his advantage. Probably watched a lot of this game from the dugout, planning for his bowling. A really good bowler. Developed some serious pace. As Nasir was come in and outside and hits it and straight towards the commentary booth, over the top of the fielder, Noman Anwar, and a really good shot. Probably missed his line. Nasir Jamali missed his Yorker, over pitched, waited, and clears the boundary fielder. So that's a 6. So really good shot to end the innings, and that's the end of the inning number 1. 117 is the total. 12 overs, 118 needed, just shy of that 120 mark. So 118 of 12 overs. SpaceCity Cowboys, is the weather has changed a little bit since we started. It was sunny when we started. Now cloud cover and breeze, and we'll be back with the second inning action. Let's see, before we take a break, let's look at the statistics for batting side. Great opening partnership by Ansh and Amog. Amog doing the major damage. We'll look at the scorecard in a minute for the batting side. And then from the bowling side, majority of the damage done by Ali Sheikh. Came in, bowled his spell of 3 overs on the trot, took 4 wickets. Most of the wickets taken in over number 2 and over number 3. And we'll take a break. We'll talk about this stats right after this break. So we're here 1 innings in at Pv6. Space City Cowboys versus Future Caps. Future Caps scoring 117 of 12 overs. And when we come back, we'll talk about the chase from Space City Cowboys. We'll be back momentarily. Alright, and welcome back to the second innings as Space City Cowboys will be starting their chase at Prairie View Field 6, game between Space City Cowboys and Future Caps. Space City Cowboys conceding 117 runs, majority of the runs scored by the openers, courtesy of a brilliant partnership between Ansh Boj and Amog Aripali. A good 50 by Amog, and then Ali Sheikh came in and destroyed the innings, took 4 quick wickets, brilliant spell, 3 overs, 14 runs, 4 wickets, supported by Zia Shahzad, and then from that point on, Future Caps weren't able to capitalize as Space City Cowboys. Opening pair, Noman Anwar, a name which really needs no introduction, plays a lot of cricket, hails from Pakistan, played domestic cricket there, played some international cricket, settled here, played Major League. He's going to take strike as the bowler is waiting on his mark. And as we continue this innings and continue the commentary, I am very honored and pleased that I've been joined in the commentary booth by none other than legendary Lenny Achaibar. Welcome, Lenny. Good morning. How was your flight in?
Flight was good. I'm happy I'm 2 weeks away from all the chaos that has happened across the country with the TSA shutdown, but delighted to be here.
Yeah. When I didn't see you in the first inning, I thought maybe you're still in the TSA line, but I'm glad you made it.
Yeah,
you missed the first innings action for 12 overs, but I'm sure you followed it on your way here.
Yes, I had a good hour drive, and I was listening to the comms. Opening day, as you made mention, a little bit of overcast and a lot of catching up to do, 12 overs game, but we've got a match in our hands. 118 is the target.
A bit of delay here, slight hold up. There's the 2 umpires, Owen Brown, very experienced umpire, and then Cameron Best, also a very well-known umpire. Ready, just a slight delay, perhaps getting ready for the scorers to settle in and get ready. Field adjustments taking place, huddled at the bowling end with the captain, Utkarsh, and the bowlers and the fielders want to know what field to take. Very tricky, Lenny, to set up the field in the power play, especially with the likes of Noman Anwar, who likes to get going from ball 1.
Yeah, he's a very attacking player. You've seen him. You talked about his inclusion in Major League, but I've seen him part of the minor league setup. Was part of that powerful Texas team at one time. So he's ready to go. And as we see, umpire Owen Brown is signaling that the scorers need to be in place. One of the things with cricket, as we all know, you need 2 umpires and you also need a scorer.
That's absolutely correct. It was interesting in the first innings that I saw Matthew Tromp didn't get a chance to bowl. He was kept very busy in the field, but he's a very good bowler, especially in conditions like this when it's slightly overcast and a breeze going. He doesn't bowl with a lot of pace, but he bowls a very good, immaculate line length and varies his pace. It was surprising to see not getting a chance to roll over. Here we go. First ball. That's a good delivery. Pacey fastball attacking the stumps. Played back to the bowler.
Yeah, looks like Arya Garg. Good left arm seamer. And I heard you talk about this Future Caps. As the name suggests, watch for these young players in probably years to come. They're the future. And we talked about that big opening stand. They couldn't capitalize. And here they are. They'll have to put in a strong bowling performance.
This wide outside the off stump is going to call the wide. So first runs off the mark, Space City Cowboys. 1 without loss as Noman Anwar taking the strike. And then talking about youngsters, one we want to talk about is that the non-strikers in. Arya, a great youngster, Arya Kanata, batting.
Yeah. I've seen him play quite a few times, and you get the feeling just as very attacking easy.
This one took an edge. It's up in the air. Can someone take it? Fielder settling in, and that's gone. Great wicket here. First up, attacking batsman, Dangerman Noman Anwar back in the hut without scoring.
Yeah, lovely delivery. Seemed to be a little bit of movement from Arya Garg. Played a little too quick, looking to go into the onside. Leading edge. And we've got to give credit to this catch. A long time in the air. Had to wait a long time. Look at that. Safe pair of hands. This is young players in action. Lovely catch. Well executed. And Arya Garg picks up the big wicket of Norman Anwar.
And it's not easy to take these kind of catches, especially in a strong breeze. But number 63, Adit Kappa, settled in, judged it for a while, thought about it, should I take it? Reverse cup, straight hands, but finally took it. Nevertheless, a very welcome wicket, early wicket, first over wicket. Dangerman Noman Anwar back in the pavilion without scoring. And that's a major blow for SpaceCity Cowboys as they're no runs on the board, one wicket down, actually 1 for 1, courtesy of a wide. So new batsmen coming in. And talking about youngsters, these names, Lenny, that you mentioned for future caps, I saw firsthand with the opening pair and then these bowlers. Certainly a lot of passionate, enthusiastic cricketers, and I have no doubt in my mind that I'll be watching these players and taking their names for a long, long time to come.
Well, actually, quite a few of them have already received a cap, junior caps for the U.S. national team. Very exciting bunch of players out in the middle, and you talked about the enthusiasm. Watch for that in the field. Young legs. They're going to get quick onto the ball, realizing that they've got to defend 117. Ian Dave Chauhan comes to the middle.
And this one is pulled, and that's going to go all the way. Clears the boundary with a mile. 6 maximum. First ball. Not a good line by the youngsters. Easy pickings for the batsman. Just pulls it with the breeze and the maximum. So good start here by the wicketkeeper batsman Ian Dev Chauhan.
Yeah, lovely pickup and in depositing towards the backward square area for a huge maximum. Get the feeling that Arya Garg may have lost the plot, too short. And Ian Dave Chauhan, he's a quality player.
This comes in, and this one is outside the off stump and pretty close to being a wide, but not called. So a dot ball. As you can see, Arya takes the ball away from the batsman as a left-arm bowler, and that's what did the damage with Noman. Is he was playing against the seam and the swing and was trying to hit it on the onside and got the leading edge high up in the air and grabbed by Adit Kappa. So that's what he needs to stick to, tempt the batsman to hit it on the onside as he comes running in. That's a good delivery, and fielder shy at the striker's end, hits the batter, hits him good as he's limping. Probably hits him on the calf muscle.
Arya Kananta. He's another very exciting player. Seen him bat a couple of times right in this state. But now he's down for the count.
Yeah, not a good sign for SpaceCity Cowboys. Arya taking that quick single and got hit from the return throw of the fielder straight on the back of his leg, and he's taken his pads off, so it's serious. Needs some attention as getting some medical treatment there. Watch the replay. This one again attacking the stumps and a quick single. As Arya scampering, running in towards the striker end, and right at the last second couldn't get away and hits him on the left leg, on the back of the leg, on the calf muscle, the soft side. Probably a bruise.
Yes, second hold up we've seen in this innings. We saw an earlier one. While the scores got in place, now this is a genuine injury. Arya Kananta hasn't faced the ball. You've seen the departure of Norman Anwar. You've seen a lovely shot from Chauhan. And now he himself instead of getting into the action, he's down for the count.
Let's hope that Arya continues his innings. He's such an exciting batter to watch. It will be really hard luck for Space City Cowboys if he's not able to continue the innings. They've got good batting lineup here, Space City Cowboys. They've got some experience on their side. They've got Ali Sheikh, left-hand batsman, bowled really well, took 4 wickets. They've got Rahman Dar, a very attacking left-hand batsman. They've got the senior Ramiz Raja Jr. also, not to be confused with the commentator Ramiz Raja. He's done with this cricket a long time ago.
Yeah, saw Ramiz Raja when Pakistan visited the West Indies. Saw them at Border, Guyana. Back then, you used to have Ramiz Raja at the top of the order. Imran Khan was still playing his last tour to the West Indies. Wasim Akram was a young player, his first trip to the West Indies. I saw the likes of some players. I wonder where they are. Zakir Khan, I remember. Then there's another short pacer they had brought to imitate Malcolm Marshall, Hafiz Shahid.
Hafiz Shahid, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Moinul Atiq, another batsman they had brought on that tour. Ijaz Ahmed was young. Got a shot. Abdul Qadir, the magician.
The magician with the ball, yes. The wrist spinner. Played a lot of cricket for Pakistan. As Arya is back up, he's okay. He's ready to go. He's young. He can take a bruise here and there. He'll recover at night. Maybe a big bruise. Get some brownies and chocolates at home from his mom and dad for that hit, as he's going to take strike. Facing his first delivery. And this one is hit straight to the deep cover fielder for a single. So good start here by Arya for a single. And that's the end of the first over. 9 runs, a wicket, a wide, and a 6. First over done, 9 for 1, and Space City Cowboys needing another 109 runs of 66 deliveries. As a new bowler coming in, long run up, another youngster, Aaron Notkearney. He's marking his run up, and again, like I mentioned early on, if the last name sounds familiar, Notkearney, and if you're wondering, Notkearney sounds familiar, you're right. He is the son of famous Sushil Notkearney, who played for Team USA, a very good, stylish left-hand batter. Scored a lot of runs for USA. Lenny?
Yeah, Mustafa, you're right on that. Played at a time when Steve Messiah was the captain. Quite a few West Indian in that lineup, and I'll tell you, he had traveled to New York.
And this one is hit, and that's a good shot. There's no chance for the fielder, waiting for the signal, and that's the maximum. First ball from Aaron. Not a very good line, on his toes, and he just helps the ball towards the onside for a maximum.
Yeah, no benefit of bowling down the leg side. So much can go wrong. Take a look at this one. Line is totally wrong. And look at that, a well-played, executed shot from Kananta. They've lost the wicket of Nauman Anwar, but good fight back.
Aaron comes running in. Again, this one is a good delivery. Just taps it towards the square. Gets a single. These two have played a lot of cricket together since both are from Houston. They play same team against each other, so they know each other's style, and probably Arya knew exactly what the first up ball is going to be from Aaron, so takes him for the maximum.
Yeah, I was making the point about his dad, Sushil. There was a time back in 2004, 2003 years in which the U.S. national team had always comprised a lot of West Indian players.
Aaron comes running in. This one is a better delivery, hits it straight to the mid-on fielder.
And so a lot of times, a lot of the players from the New York City area used to come over there. I remember Sushil Nath Carney had played a season up in New York at a time in which the U.S. team had Steve Messiah, Lennox Cush. You had Carl Wright, Orlando Baker. They were all New York guys. And we've seen that evolving of what used to happen in the East has really come to the West now.
Aaron comes running in. This one is a good delivery, flick towards fine leg. Just strolling for a single.
And I recall one year that the West Indies team had come down to play a weekend of cricket. Brian Lara and the entire crew. And Sushil Nath Carney was one of the players there. He was one of the better batsmen in that series. A couple of 50-over matches against the West Indies team with Brian Lara and everybody else. No one stayed home. It was like the U.S. was taking on the mighty West Indies in a World Cup game.
As Aaron comes in, again, good delivery. Really good, adjusting his line really well after the first delivery that Arya took it for the maximum, attacking the stumps, and Indif Chauhan watchfully defends it for a dot ball.
Yeah, the server's gone for 8. We saw the first ball for Kananta flicking big into the onside. But other than that, he has come back well. We've seen a couple of dot balls and a couple of balls that they were only able to get singles.
Aaron comes in, slower delivery, lower full toss. Good piece of fielding there inside the circle. Again, a dot ball. And that's the end of Aaron's over. Just one poor delivery, 8 runs conceded, 4 dot balls, 17 for 1 after 2. Kirk will continue. It's a very tricky chase, Lenny, especially when you're playing a shortened version of game. 20 overs is short to begin with, but when you're cutting overs and playing a 12-over games, chasing 118, as we'll talk more about this after this delivery. And outside the off stump, and no player in the deep, towards the offside, and that's going to go to the boundary. Tries to cut that delivery, got an edge, and clears that short third man fielder. No coverage in the deep for a boundary.
Yeah, well executed here from Chauhan. He knows that we are in the power play that will last for 4 overs, and look at that, very fast outfield. And he picks up a handsome boundary, 21 for 1.
For future caps, they must have observed that SpaceCity Cowboys also took a lot of beating, especially the Pacers, but the spinners did the damage. So as Kirk comes in, and this one again, straight to the fielder. If they have good spinners available in their arsenal and they can use it well, this could become a very tricky chase for an experienced Space Cowboys. A wicket here, a wicket there can put a lot of pressure with runs on the board.
Yeah, they still need 10 runs and over. That equation is 97 from 58. So if you're bowling for 10 runs and over, you've got some cushion to work with. But you just got to stay away from batsmen hitting those boundaries.
As Garg comes in, again a good delivery. This dot balls are very good at this stage. And it's just a mental thing, Lenny, when you're chasing, and no matter what the score is, every time as a team chasing a score down and you play a dot ball, that kind of plays on your mind. Do I need to score more in the next delivery? And especially when you play two dot balls on the trot, you're like, I have to hit a boundary.
Yeah, we saw the first ball going for 4, so that will take some bit of pressure in this over. Now it's up to Arya Garg with a couple of dot balls. fact, may have gone for one wide in one of those balls.
That's a good delivery and great looking shot, but straight to the fielder in the deep on the offside for a single. That second delivery of this over was a no ball, so was a free hit, which was a dot ball. So good comeback by the bowler there. Bowling well, took the wicket of Noman Anwar. Another wicket here can put a lot of pressure on SpaceCity Cowboys, and temperament comes into play, Lenny, especially when you're chasing a tricky total like this. This card comes in, and this one, shout of a catch over the top of the point fielder. A valiant dive, but over the top for a boundary.
Yeah, good looking shot again from Arya Kananta. We talked about he loves playing shot. Look at that. Just stand and deliver. A slashing shot over the infield. And we talked about how quick this outfield has been, although we've seen some rain in the last, 36 hours or so, but well quick enough for it to run away to the fence.
It's interesting on that shot, and if we get a replay again, the ball kept going away from the batter, and Arya was stuck in his crease, and he still hung his bat out, got the very outer part of the bat, still flew away over the top of the fielder. Scar comes in, and this one is hit convincingly. No need to move. Stand and deliver. Another boundary.
Well, the over completes, but it's gone for 14. A big one here for the SpaceCity Cowboys. We've seen a couple of big shots in this over from Arya Kananta. In fact, one more ball remaining. We talked about that no ball in the over. So this over's gone pretty bad for the Future Caps.
Yeah, 14 runs conceded. So not... trick here is to bowl within stumps, and that's what Garg is trying to do. Is he going to come in and bowl his last over? And this one is hit again, and is it going to carry? No. It was hit upish, but straight to the deep fielder. A couple of bounces to the fielder for a single. Then Arya's going to keep strike. He's going to move on to 17 of 8 deliveries. Aendev Chauhan 13 of 9. After 3 overs, Future SpaceCity Cowboys 32 for 1. See the first bowling change coming up, and we have Adit Kappa coming into the attack. Spinner, he's the one who took that catch, a very difficult catch of Noman Anwar, going really high, judging it well. He's going to come in, left arm spinner. Again, quicker delivery, and that's going to go for 4. Poor fielding, was firmly struck, but straight to the fielder, couldn't adjust to the pace and the velocity of the ball. Through his hands for a boundary.
Yeah, again beginning to slip away from Future Caps. Look at this one. Given a bit of room, and Arya Kananta continues to go aggressively well. He's gone quickly up to 17. In fact, he's gone up to 21 from just 9 balls.
This Kappa is going to come in, and this one got down on one knee and pulls it towards the backward square leg for another boundary. Back-to-back boundary here. Arya is strictly business here. 25 of just 10 deliveries.
Yeah, not a good start here from Aditya Kappa. And actually, Mustafa, when you look at the ball, nothing was really wrong with the ball, but his execution of the shot. Arya Kananta making a lot of movements in the end, was able to get the ball behind the keeper. On the onside, couple of 4s.
Comes a long way across. practically exposing all 3 stumps and just took it from way outside the off stump and connects it well. So Arya, 25 of 10 deliveries, and he wants to finish this in a hurry. Get ready for the second game, back-to-back SpaceCity Cowboys, and Arya will come in and tries to reverse it.
Yeah, under pressure here is Aditya Kappa. He's gone for it in a couple of balls. Might have been relieved that he's bowled a dot ball, but over still very young.
This one straight to the fielders. Notice, Lenny, none of his spinner's ball has been flighted or floated up. It's just strictly quicker deliveries. And when you saw Ali Sheikh, most of his wickets came on slower flighted deliveries. Probably the breeze playing a part on the bowler's head, because he's probably playing from the danger end. When anything knocked over the top will probably go for the maximum. So that's what is forcing Arya to change his bowling style.
Yeah, I saw Sahir Bhatia in the squad. Not too sure if he made the final 11, but he's a top quality leg spinner.
This one again, missed it completely, and the keeper knocking the stumps off, but Arya was firmly in his crease, and a rather very unconventional long run-up for a spinner is Adit.
Yeah, he gone for a couple of fours off the 2 first ball. He's followed up with 3 dots, but you get the feeling when they're looking to get 9 and 10 and over, probably they're just about what they wanted in the over. With a final ball to come up, so much can happen in this ball.
Adit's gonna come in again. This time he connected with the reverse shot. A very popular shot in this format of the game. Everyone plays it, and he just showed you how he played it for a 4. So 12 runs, 3 boundaries. 3 boundaries and 3 dots, and that's the end of the over.
Yeah, well executed again from Arya Kananta. We've seen 3 fours in this over, and he's not afraid to place those unorthodox shots. Mustafa, these days, you go to nets and you practice these shots.
Arya quickly moves on to 29 of just 14 deliveries, and that's the end of the power play. So some relief for future caps to place their fielders in the deep, but a very handsome power play here for SpaceCity Cowboys. 11 runs per over run rate, 44 for 1 wicket coming in the very first over of Noman Anwar, going back in the pavilion without scoring. And you'll see a lot of bowling changes coming up, as you saw Garg bowling his 2 overs, and another left-arm spinner coming in, number 74, and that's Vatsal Vakela. And Lenny, that's the end where Ali Sheikh did most of the damage, took 4 wickets. So let's see if this can be utilized here from future caps. Delivery.
Yeah, we've seen the limited overs cricket, T20 cricket, shortened version of the game. This one is a 12-over match. The dependency to use spinners that move the ball from leg to off. So those left-arm spinner, we saw Zia Shazad, right-arm leg spin earlier on.
This one is hit, and that's gonna go all the way to the boundary. Arya is on song now. He's just dealing in boundaries. Maybe his leg got hurt badly. He doesn't want to run and...
Yeah, he's a fierce striker of the ball. Look at that, short and pulled into the onside. He's a powerful hitter too. That has gone away quickly for another boundary. 49 on the board.
And credit to Dev Chauhan. He knows what Arya is doing. He doesn't want to take his thunder away. He's just rotating and giving him the maximum strike. That's smart cricket there.
So they're looking to get 9 and over now. We talked about the previous over. We saw a couple of 4s quickly at the top of the over, and then we saw 1 at the end. So that's 12.
Cell comes in, and this one a wide outside the off stump, and Arya lets it go to the keeper. 5 runs, 6 runs of the first 2 deliveries, and just the 68 runs needed in 46 deliveries. And I suspect if Arya stays for a few more overs, this will be done in a hurry. And this one is gone. Down on one knee, hoiks it over deep mid wicket for the maximum. No chance for the fielder there. And Arya, Lenny, he's playing some different kind of innings right here.
Yes, sometime unconventional at time. Look at that. Almost on his knees. And look where the ball travels, Mustafa. It's gone a long way. Maybe 20 years ago, they'll tell you you're not going to get distance when your body is in that position. This is 2026, Mustafa.
That's a very good shot. As you can see, he was on one knee, playing against the spin, and just immaculate timing, getting that sweet spot of the bat right on the ball, down on one knee, and getting that elevation and distance.
So already we've seen 12 in 3 balls.
This one is quicker delivery, and Arya obliges it, just driving straight to the deep cover fielder for a single.
It's always tough on any bowler to bowl and contain and keep batters of Arya Kananta. 13 off this over so far. Still a couple of balls remaining.
So Dev Chauhan has tried to just tap it towards the offside, but misses it through the keeper. A very refreshing welcome dot ball here, Lenny, from Future Caps.
Yeah, the first one of the over.
This one hits it on the offside, straight to the fielder for a single. And that's the end of his first over. A very expensive one, 14 runs, courtesy Arya's beautiful hitting, 40 of 17 deliveries. And SpaceCity Cowboys, 58 for 1 in 5 overs. A lot of batting to come. As you see on the scorecard, Ali Sheikh. Ali Khan is probably not coming in that order as you see, but Rahman Dar, Ramiz Raja, Matthew Trump. We haven't talked about him much except for his fielding and his catching. This one is a good delivery. As Kappa continues the left arm spin.
Yeah, we saw Kappa in the previous over. Went for 3 fours, 2 at the top, 1 at the end.
This one is hit, and that's going to go all the way to the boundary, is it? Yes, it will. A great effort there in the deep by Aryan Nadkarni, diving full length, but wide of him, and that's a 4. So, Dev Chauhan getting into the action.
Yeah, this is where it's going to get tough here for Future Caps. Lofted shot into the offside, and this is Dev Chauhan. He is getting into the business.
Good delivery, just defends it and wanted a single, trying to bring Arya back on strike, but Arya's like, no mate, I'm okay here. 62 for 1. Continue, and reverse swept. Is it gonna go for maximum? And yes, it will. What a shot there by Chauhan, getting into the action like Lenny said, and this time on the reverse side. Look at that shot.
Yeah, the reason why we weren't seeing the boundaries of the bat of Dev Chauhan, he wasn't getting the strike. But once he receives that, look at that, very unorthodox. And the runs continue to come here for the SpaceCity Cowboys.
It's interesting to see, Lenny, evolution of this T20 format where players are becoming so stronger and they're playing these unconventional shots. A few years back, 10 years back, you wouldn't imagine someone hitting a reverse sweep and that also going for a maximum. This Kappa will continue. Does Knocks it down towards RN and long off for a single.
Yeah, the equation now is 49 from 37 in 2026, Mustafa. You shouldn't lose a cricket match with this, considering you've got so much wickets in hand. Shortened version of the game, all 11 bats.
Kappa comes in and this one is reverse swept, and is it up in the air? Didn't get hold of it. No fielder there, but just a single as the two fielders converged. Got to the ball, just a single. As Arya will retain strike. That's the end of Adit's second over. 24 runs of his 2 overs. Another expensive overs. 70 for one SpaceCity Cowboys at the end of 6 overs. Day 1 of Houston Open, as yesterday was washed out, so the first round of games, which are supposed to be played yesterday, are getting played here. 12-over match, and then we have 2 more games to go today, and that's going to be a full 20 over. And then tomorrow the first games will be also 12 over, so that's going to cover up the day that we lost yesterday.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the fixture in a second, but it looks like Arya Garg, or is that not Carney?
It's Aaron Not Kearney, the right arm seamer, changing the end. And this one can try to hit it. Couldn't connect, gets it off the bottom part of the bat straight to the fine leg fielder for a single as Arya moves on to 42. Change of ends for Aaron Not Kearney, went for 8 runs in his first over. Just 47 needed of 35 deliveries, 9 wickets in hand.
And the fact is, Arya Kananta, he's on 42. We've seen a 50 already.
Again, that's a good delivery. Attacking the stumps, just drives it towards the long on fielder for a single, and Aaron probably wants to get this man out who's on strike.
Yeah, he's on 42. I talked about we could see a second half century in this game. We saw Amog Arapali batted extremely well, put on 78 for that first wicket, and then they fell apart. And now they've had to pay a dear price with this man on strike.
Slightly slower delivery, but hits it straight to long off for a single. It's a good in-game rivalry between these two, as they're good friends off the field and play a lot of cricket together. Arya Kanata and Aaron Not Kearney. It's interesting to see, Lenny, as I've followed both these kids from a very young age going through these academies. And, both their dads, credit to them, they actually worked really hard to make them what they are now, and the future is bright for these two individuals. As Aaron comes in, good pacey delivery.
Yeah, we've seen the fruits of the academy all across the country, and you get the feeling, Mustafa, we don't have a strong club structure, and so wherever you go, the academies will have to fill the void in supplying the talent to play at the international and certainly the national level. And we've seen so much work done by the academies just this past week. Crick Max, which is one of the prominent academies in the Northeast in New Jersey, has now aligned themselves with Knight Riders. So that's a big news out from New Jersey.
It's a slower delivery, tries to hit it again. Similar kind of dismissal and dropped. Way high up in the air, and the point fielder settled underneath the ball, but couldn't get hold of it, misjudged it, and dropped.
Yeah, he had so much time to get in line with the ball. In the end, probably barely had fingers onto the ball. Take a look. Had a long time, Mustafa, to get into position. And look at that. Badly misjudged, badly dropped.
Yeah, just getting fingertips on it. Like I said, it's not easy to take these kind of catches, especially if it goes so much high in the air and with the strong wind. That's why that first catch in the first over was very good. Similar kind of catch, different result. As RN comes in. And again, will this be taken? And yes, it is. A big roar from RN. Drop catch, previous delivery. Bowled again, similar result, but got the Arya, the danger man, out. So that was probably the trick. Drop Chauhan's catch, get him off the strike, bowl the same delivery and get a different kind of result, Lenny.
Yeah, he falls for 43. Look at this. In the air, always attacking in the region that we saw drop catch. But look at this execution. Had to dove forward in the end. Look at that. Initially misjudged it, but he made up very good grounds. And in the end, safe pair of hands. Second wicket falls.
Great catch. Like I said, all these, the two catches made and one dropped. As you can see, so much time to settle, but none of these catches were taken with ease because of the wind. Taken very low, just inches above the ground, and the drop one was barely touching the fingertips. So you can see the wind is playing a big role as Arya departs for a very fine knock, and in comes, with the style of his walking, I can say, Ramesh Raja Jr.
Yeah, Ramesh comes to the middle here. 44 need from 30 balls. And Mustafa, while we get a break in the action, folks, Houston Open, day 2. By schedule, but day 1 of action. And Baltimore Royals are taking on Columbus Falcons. And of course, you're watching this game. If you're hearing our voice, then you're watching this game. And that's the Cowboys taking on future Caps. Next up, right on this ground, Clarion Eagles will take on Seattle Thunderbolts.
It's going to be an interesting matchup as Clarion County Eagles is loaded with superstars. One after another. A lot of names. Names that you saw past few weeks ago in the World Cup. Names that you will see in upcoming Major League. One of the favorites of this tournament, Lenny. Clarion Eagles.
Yeah, Clarion has a power pack team. I've got to look through the list, but probably on our next game we'll talk about the strengths on paper and then see how that correlates to what happens on the field.
The bowling change comes up. Kappa is off and this one is hit. Didn't quite carry, and the fielder made a good effort in the deep. Stopped the ball, just a single. Barely a chance, but a good effort there in the fielder to get to it, but gets off the side. Utkarsh is the new bowler. A spin option, and Ramesh will come on strike.
Yes, Srivastava. Very good youngster, the off spinner. And you get the feeling Mustafa
wanted a single, a bit of mishap there. Was there a run out? And that's an appeal, and Cameron Best didn't raise his finger. Be interesting to see the replay as the batter on the end if Chauhan is on his back.
Yeah, I get the feeling that the keeper didn't hold the ball. The ball may have...
Let's see on the replay where we can see, and you can see still trying to make it as the ball is making its way to the keeper. One bounce, still not in. And the keeper does have the ball. Did it come out in the last second? Well, I think we're going back and forth in the replay, but yeah, I think he breaks the stump without the ball in his hands, perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's a good call from Bess, the umpire.
And he lost his bat. That's the reason. If that was collected cleanly by the keeper, then it would have been run out. Because Chauhan lost his bat on his way to the crease. Good lucky break for him. It's good delivery. Second lucky break for him, Lenny. Drop catch in the previous over and then run out chance missed. So Utkarsh and hits it over cover straight to the deep fielder for a single.
Yeah, you get the feeling with 41 to win from 26. You've got to give credit and certainly the advantage to the Cowboys for the time being. So much wickets in hand.
That's a good delivery. Just taps it on the onside. Will they go for two? No. Decided against it. So really good 2 overs here, Lenny. One by the youngster Arend, the previous over, and then Utkarsh just dealing in singles. Chance of a run out. 4 singles and a dot ball, just 4 runs conceded with the first 5 balls. That's a good shot. Not going to go to the boundaries. Arend rushes in and fumbles a bit, allowing the batsman to come for the second. So 6 runs conceded. Utkarsh first over in the books. 80 for 2 after 8. So 38 more runs in 24 balls. A good over here, like the one Utkarsh bowled with no boundaries, can make things a bit interesting. They certainly need boundaries.
Yeah, we saw, you talked about Nat Carney, his 7th over. Only conceding, what? Only conceding 4 runs, picked up the wicket of Arya Kananta. And we saw this over that Utkarsh bowl, he only gave up 6. So they've pulled things back a little bit, and we talked about that nearly missed run out, but still so much batting to come. Ali Sheikh, he could probably come next. Matthew Trump yet to bat.
The asking rate and the current rate almost coming onto even terms. 10 runs is the current rate and asking rate is 9.5. So, like I said, with Ramesh Rajat, the new batsman, in, they can certainly take a chance in bringing a fielder in to stop as bowling change. This one is top edged. Is it going to be taken? No, as clears the short third man, cup up, and just a single there. As could have been 2, but Chauhan probably wanted to keep the strike as he's understanding the urgency and the need for a big shot there. Just gets a single. So Adnit is the new bowler. Adnit Jam, right arm pace bowler. Arend still had another over left. I thought maybe he could have bowled one more over since he got a wicket, but let's see what Adnit can do as Chauhan is facing that short hit. Will that be taken? Yes, it is! And it's a great move and another wicket down. A set batsman Chauhan back in the pavilion, tried to hit it over top, pulled it but straight to the fielder. So 3rd wicket down. Good move by the skipper, future caps, bringing the new bowler in.
Yeah, Jam comes into the attack. 2nd ball into his spell, the 6th bowler to be used. And had it not been for one other drop catch, the catching from future caps has been impressive. We only saw 1 spill. Other than that, they've held on to everything that has come their way.
That's going to certainly make things interesting as the 2 new batters are on the crease. Ramesh just 3 balls faced and 3 runs, and then a new batsman is coming in. So 37 needed of 22 balls. The asking rate is creeping up, and anytime when you are up to a task when you need 12-13 runs, every dot ball increases a good percentage of asking rate.
And Mustafa, they've done better than dot balls. They're picking up wickets. They're picking up wickets in the last 10 balls or so. They've snapped up 2. Ali Sheikh comes to the middle.
Ali Sheikh, as you called it, would be the next batter. He's certainly in. It's a good move because Ali Sheikh is a very good attacking batsman, and also that brings the righty-lefty combo in, which I mentioned in the first inning. It kind of messes with the line of the bowlers and the field changes and adjustments. So it's a good move at this stage. We're in the 9th over as Adnin comes in from round the wicket, and that's a wide outside the off stump, lets it go to the keeper. So extra conceded here. Otherwise, very disciplined bowling here. Not too many extras conceded by these group of youngsters under the umbrella of Future Caps.
Yeah, the extras, they've kept it very tidy. 4 so far. We've seen 1 no ball, 3 wides. But Mustafa, so many times we've been told that when you're playing at the top level, even 4 is too much sometimes.
Adnit will come in, short pitch delivery and holds it straight to the fielder for a single. Effective use of shorter deliveries here. He bowled one to Johan, which resulted in a wicket. Tried to surprise Ali Sheikh, new batter. Not easy to play these shorter deliveries, especially when you're coming in and haven't played any deliveries. Catching your flexibility, arms in motion.
Yeah, Adnan Jam is one of 3 seamers we've seen. We've seen Arya Garg, we've seen Nat Carney, and also we've seen 3 spinners so far. So those are the 6 bowlers to be used. Raja on strike.
And this one is hit up again over the short third man fielder, and they will just scamper for a single. And Ramiz Raja almost played the action replay of the previous shot, tried to take him over cow corner, gets the outside edge, travels over the short third man fielder for a single.
Yeah, you've got to give Future Caps some credit. The boys have induced some false shots. They have just fell in no man's land. You talked about a couple of shots here from in this over from Ramiz Raja, similar area.
As Adnan comes in, this one is hit high. Is it going to be taken? Oh, yes, it is. And what a catch that is. It was up on the off stump, hits it over cover, and the fielder from inside the 30 running back. Not an easy one to take, and he kept his eye on the ball and takes the catch. So Ali Sheikh is back in the pavilion, as you can see. A bit more bounce, and Ali Sheikh couldn't adjust, hits it high in the air, and what a great effort there by the fielder. Not an easy catch to take. Running back, judging it well, takes it, tumbles, and gets the wicket for Adnit's 2nd wicket in this over. Lenny?
Yeah, a couple of strikes here from Adnan Jam. And probably the 2nd wicket, Mustafa. Credit will have to go to the fielder. Looks like Utkarsh will confirm that, but magnificent catching from this young team out in the middle. And all of a sudden, Future Caps have put their way back into this game. 34 needed from 19 balls. And I talked about they're continuing to take wickets.
Very good disciplined bowling here by Future Caps bowlers. Not only they've stopped the runs, but they're also taking wickets. And one batsman after the other are going back, and 4 wickets down. And this seems to be one of the most recognized pair now. It's Matthew Tromp coming in. And Adnit is going to continue. And this is a short delivery and just taps it to a short third man, runs for a single. And that's the end of the over. A very good over by Adnit. 2 wickets and 5 runs. Future Caps will take it any day, especially at this juncture. 33 of 18. 11 runs required every over. Still a manageable task, but with this kind of bowling, they have to take some chances. SpaceCity Cowboys, and with Ramiz Raja not able to connect so far, and Matthew Tromp, another new batsman in. Not very easy to come in, Lenny, and start hitting.
Yeah, number 18. Take a look at the worm there. And the red worm has already gone his way. We're looking at a white one that will make all the impression whether they win or lose. But Mustafa, look at as we head back onto the track.
Comes down the track and couldn't connect straight to the fielder for a single, as the skipper will continue. Bowled a really good over.
Took a magnificent catch.
That was probably catch of this game so far, as he's going to continue.
So this game comes down to 32 to win from 17.
Comes down the track again. Look at the hustle there in the deep. good return throw. So another single. Singles are not going to cut it, Lenny. They have to score in boundaries.
So Trump, he's just come to the crease. Ramis has been there for some time.
Again, quicker delivery and straight to the keeper. So a dot ball. So Utkarsh, skipper, playing a very important role with the ball here.
Yeah, we saw his first over went for only 6, so he's been good.
This one is hit high. And that's going to sail over long on for a 6. And that's a really good shot.
Yeah.
Flighted it in the air, and Matthew Trump just capitalized on it.
Yeah, lovely strike from Matthew Trump. He's a good hitter of the ball. You talked about some of these players have played Major League Cricket.
This one is tapped towards extra cover in the circle for a single. So Matthew Trump in the previous shot, saw the replay, played with the spin. That ball was slower, flighted and spun, and he just adjusted his bat and played with the spin. So that's a sign of a very good batsman. Comes across and hits it on the leg side, and that's gonna go for 4. So Ramesh Raja Jr. showing all his experience at this stage, comes way across and just on one knee and hits it very fine from that onside fielder, and that's gonna go for 4. So 2 boundaries, a 6 and a 4, and that's gonna bring a sigh of relief in Space Cowboys camp.
Yeah, that over has gone for 13. And we're talking about how well future caps are beginning to take wickets and getting some tidy overs in. But we've seen a fine knock so far from Matthew Trump.
Still 20 runs needed of 2 overs. So if Adinit is bowling and he can bowl a really good over, that last over can become very interesting. If you are watching this game and left your screens thinking that this is a one-sided game with Arya and Johan batting and came back, a lot happened since then. Wickets started falling, some disciplined bowling and brilliant catching by future caps. And here we have it, 20 runs, 2 more overs, and I believe Adinit has been saved for the last over. So Aryan is going to come to bowl the 11th over, and the last over probably will be from Adinit. So very interesting move, and a lot of responsibility on Aryan to hold runs in this over. And it's up in the air. Can Aryan get to that delivery? No. Couldn't get hold of that shot and just went behind the bowler, and Aryan tried to get to this, but a single. So good start to this over, Lenny.
Yeah, Mustafa, I've noticed, and I talked about so many balls going into no man's land. When they've gone to hand, they've been taking 99 on the board. Ramesh Raja, he's on 9. A lot of 9s here.
So Aryan comes in, bowling, and this one is hit, and hit well. No need to move on this shot, and that's going to go for 6, and that's over extra cover.
Yeah, brings up the 100 in fine style. And you get the feeling with 13 from 10 balls, 7 off, 2 balls in this over. The pressure again on future caps.
And that was a slower delivery, spongy bounce, and Ramesh Raja's played a lot in these grounds, so he quite understands the nature of these pitches. He was just on one knee, waited for the delivery on one knee, and swatted that over cover for a maximum. So Ramesh Raja Jr. showing all his experience, a very fine batsman. So pressure off. This Aryan will come in. This one is going to be a wide down the leg. Another extra conceded. Just 12 runs needed of 10 deliveries. Almost getting into a run into ball situation.
Yeah, we saw a good knock from Arya Kananta, who set the stage. And you get the feeling, Mustafa, Cowboys shouldn't lose this game from here. Still so much batting to come. We've seen a fine flamboyant knock so far from Matthew Trump, and he's not done yet. Ramiz on strike.
As Aaron will come in. This one is hit, and that's going to clear by miles. Just hoiks it over on the onside, over the top of mid-wicket. Connected well, and that's gone.
Yeah, lovely strike again from Ramiz Raja Jr. You talked about the experience that he has playing in this complex. It will take some bit of doing to get him out. Lovely shot again.
And Ramiz Rajesh Jr. showing all his experience, all his shots. And here you have it. 2 maximums in this over. One on the offside and one on the onside. Really good shots here. So Ramiz Raja Jr. wants to finish it in this over. He certainly can with just 6 runs to go. And that's where, Lenny, I was questioning whether Adnit would have been a better move in this over rather than saving him for the last over, because he was bowling well.
Yeah, Mustafa, we've seen the second to last over probably has to be your best bowling.
And this one is up in the air. Will this be taken? Another similar kind of dismissal, and yes, it's gone. So Ramiz Raja, one too many attempts after hitting 2 brilliant 6s. Lobs it straight high up to the extra cover fielder, and good shot. Not a good shot, but a good catch taken. So great piece of fielding again by future caps, and Ramiz Raja back in the pavilion.
Yeah, Ramiz falls for a quick fire 21 from just 9 balls. Take a look at this. Utkarsh, he's really been good. But you get the feeling, Mustafa, with just 6 runs remaining here, advantage still has to go to the Cowboys.
Just 6 runs in 8 deliveries. Easy going from here, but you never know. Cricket, anything can happen. It's 5 wickets down, half the team back in the side as the new batter makes his way in. And it's Rahman Dar. Surprised to see him coming so low down the order. He's usually an opener. He plays attacking cricket.
And Mustafa just coming back to the choice to bowl Nat Carney here when we saw Adnet Jam picking up a couple of wickets in his only over. And they probably would have wanted a better showing here from Nat Carney. He's picked up 1, but he's given up a couple of 6s during the course of those 4 balls.
This one is flicked off his toes and straight to the deep. Fielder in the deep for a single. I mean, Aaron bowled really well before this over, so this was just a toss-up move, but seeing how Adnit bowled and took 2 wickets, they probably thought maybe save Adnit for the last over if he has maybe 9, 10 runs to play with, but that wasn't the case here. Just 5 more runs to go.
Yeah, we saw 2 overs from Nat Carney. Went for 12. First over went for 8. Second over went for 4. Picked up a wicket. But this, his 3rd over, and certainly the 11th has gone for 15 so far. Picked up the wicket of Ramiz Raja. And Matthew Trump has come back into strike. They need 5.
Is that going to be a maximum as Aaron comes in? And yes, it is. Called it right, Lenny. Finishes in style, Matthew Trump, and that's the first win in for SpaceCity Cowboys.
Yeah, they win by 5 wickets. We've seen a very good knock from Matthew Trump. Look at this one. This is the final nail in the coffin. And we've seen some very good hitting here from Matthew. Came out at a time in which they still needed 9 and 10 and over. And he made it look easy. And they win with 1 over to spare, Mustafa.
Credit to the future caps. Bunch of youngsters played really good match. Batting, bowling, especially fielding by the skipper Utkarsh. Finished it in 11 overs. So SpaceCity Cowboys won in the win column after the first game. And again, bring it back to how Ali Sheikh bowled in the first innings. Probably a strong contender for player of the match award. 4 wickets turned the game around, especially when the openers were playing so well with this good partnership. And came back and took 4 wickets. So we'll see what the player of the match is, but great game here. The first game, first day of Houston Open 2026, Pv6, SpaceCity Cowboys versus Future Caps, and SpaceCity Cowboys winning the first one by 5 wickets.